Hi, how have you been? I thought a lot of times I say that I'll come chat and then I run out of time. But today I thought that as I do my rally, I will just have a chat. Something that has been um, in my mind with what I've been going around. And this goes to Muslim men. Let me tell you one thing. A woman that knows that you're married and continues to entertain you, she's not innocent. She's actually very dangerous. Because a person that truly respects love, a person that truly respects you as a person, will not entertain a married man, will not entertain someone that they know is taken. So you keeping them thinking that they're just being friendly and innocent is actually playing with what the Bible tells you should flee from. Don't wait to see big red flags. One of the red flags that you should see is someone that knows that you're married but tries to entertain you and tries to keep you close, tries to be so friendly and tries to act like they should be your everyday chatty person or partner. It starts with that, and then it becomes an emotional attachment, and then before you know it, you're emotionally detached from your person. So stop assuming innocence where there is danger. Someone like that is actually dangerous. They are not innocent. They are dangerous. So keep your relationship right. Keep your marriage right. And there's something about when we know who we are, we know who we should just maintain a formal relationship, and we know who we can like keep a friendly, close relationship with. When I was not married, anyone that is married, I never ever entertained them as a close person. As I was never friendly and so close to anyone that is married. Why? Because I know that sometimes it may hit more than what I think it is. I may think it's friendship. I may think it's just being friendly. I might even be innocent. But as long as someone is married, even for women, because nowadays women are up in the game, and it's a bad thing. And I'm not sorry to say that, but yeah, women are cheating a lot and trying to act innocent, just innocently being friendly with a guy, whether they are married or not. Shouldn't be my thing when I'm a married woman, because it starts as just simple friendly relationship, and then it becomes an emotional attachment, and then before you know it, you want to do everything with this new dude, and I don't want to do anything with my husband. I want to go for coffee, I want to go for lunch, they want to bring me breakfast, I want to go for a breakfast, and it goes on until, and maybe it began as just a formal meeting. Maybe our discussion started as just, work or business, or just a co-worker. But once they start bringing you a sandwich at work, once they start being the first person that says, what are we going to do for lunch? And I know that my husband does not work with me, so he's not there. But once I start entertaining all of that and making them feel so personal with me and making them feel like my personal person, there's a language that sometimes people use. I don't feel it like it's so healthy. Oh, this is a work wife or a husband wife. A work husband. So once they begin to take that space, they become more than a work wife and they become more than a work husband. So how about we stop normalizing some of these things that they seem normal, but at the end of the day they are actually dangerous. They are enemies trapped to ruin marriages. And remember what Malachi says, that God needs godly marriages to bring a godly offspring. That's the whole essence of it. And the reason why he needs a godly offspring is to continue with godliness, is to bring down heavenly agendas, because God is a spirit and he cannot come down and do some of the things. It takes a man to pray for God to move. It takes a person to act so for God to move through them. It takes a human being to be available for God to use them. And if we are going to win in this battle of godliness, we need to start by watching our marriages and the things we entertain. Anytime there is a connection, emotional connection with somebody else out there, whether they are married or not, and you are married, you can justify it. You can say, oh, they are married. You can say, oh, they are just friends. Oh, I'm just their big brother, or I'm just their sister. But anytime, we know when we are doing an emotional connection, we know that we know when we are getting emotionally tangled with somebody else. It doesn't just happen overnight. I'm not saying don't help each other. I'm not saying don't be friends with somebody else if they are not your spouse. You cannot survive that way. But I'm saying when there begins to be an emotional connection, you will know. When this person begins to feel like they can't spend a day without talking to you, you will know. When this person begins to feel like it must be them that you sit besides when you're taking your lunch, or it must be them that brings or offers something, or you must offer them something, you will know. We know when we are getting emotionally connected. So, and that's when we should begin to know that we are taking it way far than what it needs to be, and just start taking steps back, because you can never be emotionally connected to places. Even people that are polygamous, nowadays we are really justifying, there's so many ladies than men, so we're trying to justify polygamy. It can never work, and it will never work, and it's not working. Even those that are in it know that it's not working. Even for Leah and Rachel, and they were sisters, it didn't work. So we need to stop justifying some of these things and stop giving the enemy a leeway to ruin us. Look into marriages where people have entertained extras out there. It's never easy, and it will never be easy. And sometimes it's so sad to see children just even questioning their faith and getting way out there away from their faith. And probably the parents started it at a godly space, because we can never bring a godly generation unless we do marriage the way God wants it to be. This is not an institution. We did not create it. We did not make it. We have no manual. We have to rely on the person that has the manual, and that's God. It's like when your fridge is not working and you're told to refer to the manual, you have to refer to it, because you didn't make it and you don't know how it goes. And probably it's a switch. It's something simple that you just need to turn on or off, or like adjust, but you won't know to do it unless you go through the manual. We won't know how to do marriages unless we do it God's way. So anything out of him, it's not a marriage. So let's give God back what he needs to, the wheel, and let God take the driver's seat again, and we will see godliness, we will see godly offsprings, and we will be emotionally connected to our partners, and intimacy will be what God meant for it to be. And husband and wife relationship shall be what God meant for it to be. There will be love and peace, there will be harmony, there will be intimacy, there will be connection, because we are doing it God's way. So think about that, and you're welcome to share my ugali. Have a good night.